Mishley, Proverbs 10 through 13. Mashal, Proverb 10. Proverbs of Shelomoh. A wise son makes a father rejoice, but a foolish son is his mother's sorrow. Treasures of wickedness are of no value, but righteousness delivers from death. Yahuah does not let the being of the righteous go hungry, but he thrusts away the desire of the wicked. Poor is he who works with a lazy hand, but the hand of the hard worker makes rich. He who gathers in summer is a wise son. He who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. Barakoth are on the head of the righteous, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. The remembrance of the righteous is Baruch, but the name of the wicked rot. The wise in heart accepts commands, but one with foolish lips falls. He who walks in integrity walks safely, but he who perverts his ways becomes known. He who winks with the eye causes sorrow, and one with foolish lips falls. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of chai, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all transgressions. Wisdom is found on the lips of him who has understanding, but a rod is for the back of him who lacks heart. The wise treasure up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool is near ruin. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, the ruin of the poor is their poverty. The wage of the righteous is for chai, the increase of the wicked is for sin. He who heeds discipline is in the way of chai, but he who refuses reproof goes astray. He who hides hatred has lying lips, and he who sends out slander is a fool. When words are many, transgression is not absent, but he who restrains his lips is wise. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, the heart of the wicked is of little. The lips of the righteous shepherd many, but fools die for lack of heart. The barakah of Yahweh makes one rich, and he adds no pain with it. To work out wicked schemes is like sport to a fool, but wisdom is for a man of understanding. What the wicked fears comes upon him, but the desire of the righteous is granted. As the whirlwind passes by, the wicked is no more, but the righteous an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy one to those who send him. The reverence of Yahuah prolongs days, but the years of the wicked are shortened. The righteous look forward to joy, but the expectancy of the wicked perish. The way of Yahuah is a stronghold for the perfect, but ruin to the workers of wickedness. The righteous are never shaken, while the wicked shall not dwell in the earth. The mouth of the righteous bring forth wisdom, but the tongue of perverseness is cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is pleasing, but the mouth of the wicked perverseness. Mashal, Proverb 11. A false scale is an abomination to Yahuah, but a perfect weight is his delight. Pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. The integrity of the straight ones guides them, but the slipperiness of the treacherous destroys them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the perfect makes his way straight, but by his own wickedness the wicked one falls. The righteousness of the straight one delivers them, but the treacherous are caught by greed. When a wicked man dies, expectancy perishes, and the ambition of the wicked shall be lost. The righteous is delivered from distress, and the wicked takes his place. The defiled one destroys his neighbor with his mouth, but the righteous is delivered by knowledge. When the righteous prosper, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. By the barakah of the straight the city is exalted, but by the mouth of the wicked it is overthrown. He who lacks heart despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding keeps silence. A slanderer is a revealer of secrets, but one with a trustworthy spirit conceals a matter. Without guidance the people fall, but in a great counselor there is safety. He who is guarantor for a stranger suffers harm, but one who hates shaking hands in a pledge is safe. A woman showing favor obtains esteem, but ruthless men obtain riches. A kind man is rewarding his being, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. The wicked earns false wages, but the one sowing righteousness a true reward. Thus righteousness is to high, and one pursuing evil to his own death. The perverse of heart are an abomination to Yahuah, but the perfect in the way are his delight. Hand to hand the evil one does not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall escape. Like a ring of gold in a pig's snout is a lovely woman who lacks good sense. The desire of the righteous is only good, the expectancy of the wicked is wrath. There is one who scatters, yet increases more, and one who withholds from what is right, and is impoverished. The generous being is enriched, and he who waters is also watered himself. The people curse him who withholds grain, but barakah is on the head of him who sells it. He who earnestly seeks good seeks what is pleasing, but to him who seeks evil it comes to him. He who trusts in his riches falls, but the righteous flourish like a leaf. He who troubles his own house inherits wind, and the fool is servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of high, and he who is winning lives is wise. See, the righteous in the earth shall be rewarded. How much more the wicked and the sinner? Mashal, Proverb 12. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. The good obtains favor from Yahuah, but the man of wicked devices he declares wicked. A man is not established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. A capable wife is the crown of her husband, but one causing shame is like rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right ruling, the counsels of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are, lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the straight delivers them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous stands. A man is praised according to his wisdom, but the perverted of heart becomes despised. Better to be lightly esteemed and have a servant than the highly esteemed who lacks bread. The righteous regards the life of his beast, but the compassion of the wicked is cruelty. He who tills his land is satisfied with bread, but he who pursues vanities is lacking heart. The wicked shall covet the catch of evildoers, but the root of the righteous yields fruit. In the transgression of the lips is an evil snare, but the righteous gets out of distress. From the fruit of his mouth one is filled with good, and the work of a man's hands is given back to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he who listens to advice is wise. A fool's wrath is known at once, but a clever one covers shame. He who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness deceit. Rash speaking is like piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is healing. The lip of truth is established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who plot evil, but counselors of peace have joy. No harm befalls the righteous, but the wicked shall be filled with evil. Lying lips are an abomination to Yahuah, but those who deal truly are his delight. A clever man is concealing knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. The hand of the hard worker rules, but the lazy is put to compulsory labor. Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes him glad. The righteous is a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. The lazy one has no game to roast, but the hard worker prizes his possessions. In the way of righteousness is high, and in its pathway there is no death. Mishley, Proverb 13. A son is wise through his father's discipline, but a scoffer shall not listen to rebuke. From the fruit of the mouth a man eats the good, but the desire of the treacherous is for violence. He who watches over his mouth guards his being, but he who opens wide his lips comes to ruin. The being of the lazy one craves, but has not, while the being of the hard workers are enriched. A righteous one hates a lying word, but a wicked man is loathsome and comes to shame. Righteousness covers over him who is perfect in the way, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. There is one who makes himself rich, yet has none at all, and one who makes himself poor, yet has great riches. The ransom of a man's life is his riches, but the poor does not hear rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked is put out. By pride comes only strife, but wisdom is with those who take advice. Wealth from vanity diminishes, but he who gathers by hand increases. Expectancy drawn out makes the heart sick, but a longing come true is a tree of high. He who despises the word is destroyed, but he who reveres the command is rewarded. The Torah of the wise is a fountain of high, turning one away from the snares of death. Good understanding gains favor, but the way of the treacherous is hard. Everyone with insight acts with knowledge, but a fool spreads folly. A messenger that is wicked falls into evil, but a trustworthy envoy is a healing. Poverty and shame are for him who ignores discipline, but he who heeds reproof is esteemed. A desire accomplished is sweet to the being, but to turn away from evil is an abomination to fools. He who walks with the wise shall be wise, but the companion of fools suffers evil. Evil pursues sinners, but good is repaid to the righteous. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Much food is in the tillable ground of the poor, but lack of right ruling sweeps it away. He who spares his rod hates his son, but he who loves him seeks him with discipline. The righteous eats to the satisfying of his being, but the stomach of the wicked is lacking.